defense will have to use its first timeout of the half. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He picks up maybe a couple before he stops right at the 30-yard line.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not 2nd and long. It's not 3rd and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
I don't think people understand how valuable it is to be able to hand the ball to your running back and get everyone settled to start the football game, especially when there's production like this. Man, your quarterback feels a little bit more comfortable. The defense feels a little bit uneasy. The offensive line gets settled in. Nice start by this offense.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Might be changing the route. To the air. It's McCown. Grabbed in the middle. It's Durham. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
The Blazers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a 1st at the 32.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spy defensively, if someone's athletic enough to run with this guy, that's going to be maybe a sound move moving forward schematic.
We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Got the 1st down and more. They finally make the stop, but the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm.
Touchdown, Blazers! All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Man, it doesn't get any better than that. You script the first 10 plays, that was 10 plays. That was perfection. That was a touchdown. That's called good scouting, being ready for the football game, and executing to a T to start this game off.
They get set for the point after as we have the 1st score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So it's a 73-yard touchdown drive. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. He gets a block. He's got an alley. There he goes. Open it up. Dynamic on kick returns, and that one puts his offense in business. And the Blazers are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Now on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
Touchdown, UAB! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. A quick strike, just as we expected.
And quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, it puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And he makes the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Back to pass, it's McCown. Got his man.
Well, the slot receiver's running the in route there. He does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense right over the middle of the field.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the snap, it's Payne. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. It's been punch, counter-punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. So this offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. He wants to change this route. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Catch in the middle, it's Wingo. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the 1st down at the 30. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's, it's about the G.
Breaks into the open. Found a little room out of the Wildcat that time, just short of the 1st down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
On the direct snap, it's Payne. Runs through a tackle. They might go back to that one in a big spot as they pick up the 1st down out of the Wildcat.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Goodness, that happened fast. He was in the backfield before the ball was even snapped.
Oh, man, adrenaline pumping, heart beating a little faster. There is some intensity on that one. Back to throw, it's McCown. He's got it. Still running at the 40. Wide open on the right. Inside the 20-yard line, pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Direct snap, it's Thomas. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Blazers line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it go to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, UAB.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They put together an 81-yard drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Looking to pass. It's Francis. Got his man quickly. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Fires it. Right on the money. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
Had it in his hands, and he dropped it. Thought he had another big play and interception. He'll have to settle for the PBU. It's 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, they'll go to the air. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on the score. And the Blazers getting set on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's got it. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
And backed up, 1st and goal. This defense fighting to hold the lead and carry it to the locker room. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line. We've got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Quick strike complete. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Blazers.
Well, that was a huge touchdown late here in the 1st half for their confidence offensively. They want to be able to keep this thing close, obviously, or take the lead going into the 2nd half. So if they kick the extra point here, you tie it up. But you've also got the option here to be aggressive and try and take the lead with a 2-point conversion. We'll see what they do.
And the extra point was good. And that extra point leaves us deadlocked here in the 2nd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Quarterback making adjustments. To the air, it's McCown. Quick completion on the out route. At the 45 on his way. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. To the air on first down. Fires to the right. Pulls it in. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
And that was awesome by the offense. Good completion, great awareness by the receiver getting out of bounds. If you're on offense now, jog off the field, get the field goal kicker out there. You're going to steal 3 points at the end of the half.
The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. He'll try to put up the 3 ball from 43 yards away. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3 spot on the board. He'll try to put up the 3 ball from 43 yards away. It's good. They'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half. The Blazers will kick it off to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. UAB regains possession. The Blazer offense back onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball for...
He smashes his way through again. Wide open spaces. He's at the 20. Touchdown, UAB. And that one will put him up here in the second half.
Well, we see the home run on offense, but defensively, we've got to do a better job tackling. You've got to get hats to the football, and then you've got to bring the ball carrier down. Poor fundamentals, poor tackling help lead to that long touchdown.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Thomas. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking for a man. It's McCown. Caught in the backfield, it's Beebe. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage. And the Blazers in the hurry-up. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Great place to start for this offense. Motion from the wideout. They'll go to the ground. Breaks the tackle.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Facing third and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. From the gun, wants to pass. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, UAB. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
It just gets in the zone, right? And you can't miss. You've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. UAB has the ball back, ready to send the offense out to go to work. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complimentary football-type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that quarterback be going the other direction.
Gets it past the marker. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. The Blazers come to the line with a new set of downs. To throw, it's Sorsby. Going for it all. Makes the catch down the right side. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Making side adjustments here. To the air on 2nd down. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field. And that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what...
Turning it on! He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that.
He's looking to throw, using his legs to buy some time. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved the touchdown. We've reached a break. It's UAB on top. And we've reached the end of the 3rd, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They'd love to start this quarter. Sneaks Takes it into the end zone. Well, how about that? And after that touchdown, we might have a finish after all, Jesse.
I love it, Reese, and this team is not quitting. Yeah, they're down on the scoreboard right now, but they are clawing and they are scratching their way back in this game. They're going to keep going hard until this clock reads all zeros.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they close it to a 28-24 game. They put together an 81-yard drive. It was finished off with the quarterback sneak. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. From inside the 10, here he comes. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. UAB regains possession of the Blazer offense back onto the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Still on his feet at the 40. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
And I think that's what you want to see from this offense down the stretch. Like, can you physically dominate the game? You've got the lead. Now run the football, eat clock, continue to feed your dude.
And the Blazers come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Off from the gun. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front.
And after that negative play on offense with the lead late in the game, I think there's still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone read type plays, fake dives and pitches to the running back to get him outside, jet sweeps. You can find other ways to keep the clock moving, even though the defense knows you're going to run it.
Looking to throw, it's Francis. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the fourth quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the first down, a few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
Two-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. The Blazers will snap it on 1st and 10. Let's go. The give on the inside. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. Second down, he'll throw it. Makes the catch. It's Chang. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them. But exactly, get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
Trying the left side. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. And the Blazers enter the final minute of play, trying to run out the clock. Looking for a man. It's Francis. The throw to the outside is complete. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one.
How about that? Just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
The Blazers started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him.
And if you want to bring all your tight ends in the game, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in more linebackers, more defensive linemen, get ready for the run, less speed on the field, especially when you get down here in the red zone. I feel like I can match up man-to-man with those tight ends in the back end. Nice job understanding a run was coming.
From the shotgun, the inside give. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. That was a pretty rough showing there by this team. Just couldn't find a way to get things going and come up with the